Have you ever caught yourself trying to remember someone's name that was on the tip of your tongue just a few seconds ago? Or walked into a room and asked yourself, "What did I come in here for again?" You even laugh at yourself, but deep down, a little doubt creeps in. Is this just distraction or the beginning of something more serious? Even with a good diet and an active lifestyle, many adults over the age of 60 feel that their minds are no longer as sharp as they used to be. And the truth is, for many, this forgetfulness may be the first sign of a silent risk: Alzheimer's. What few people know is that Alzheimer's doesn't begin overnight. It develops years before symptoms appear, slowly, stealthily, and often fueled by habits from our daily routine. The good news? There are natural, simple, and effective actions that can help strengthen the mind, protect the brain, and drastically reduce the risk of the disease. In this video, you'll discover 7 scientifically proven habits that help protect your memory. And habit number 4 is going to surprise you. You might be doing it every day thinking it's helping, when in reality, it's speeding up memory loss. If you want to grow older with more health and longevity, subscribe to the channel and receive weekly content made especially for those who want to live longer and better. Now let's go to the first habit that can protect your brain. Light daily walks, the connection builder. You don't need to run marathons or do intense workouts to take care of your mind. Just a light walk, 30 minutes a day, 5 times a week, is enough to activate a true brain protection system. During the walk, the heart pumps more blood, delivering oxygen and nutrients to the brain. This stimulates the growth of new blood vessels and increases neural plasticity, that is, the brain's ability to create and strengthen connections between neurons. The more connections, the more efficient the brain's communication becomes, which results in sharper memory, better concentration, and prevention of degenerative diseases like Alzheimer's. A study from the University of Pittsburgh showed that elderly people who walk regularly have greater volume in the hippocampus, the area of the brain associated with the formation of new memories. The most interesting part: this greater brain volume is directly linked to a reduced risk of Alzheimer's and other dementias. Walking also helps regulate mood, reduces symptoms of anxiety and depression, improves sleep, and boosts cardiovascular health. And all of this has a direct impact on brain health. Want to make the habit more enjoyable? Walk outdoors, surrounded by nature. Invite a loved one to go with you. What started as a simple exercise becomes a moment of connection, conversation, and emotional well-being. A consistent walk is not just a physical movement, it's a gift to your brain. Sleeping well, the brain's silent janitor. Sleep is one of the pillars of mental health, especially after the age of 60. When you sleep deeply, your brain activates a system called the glymphatic system, responsible for clearing out toxic waste that accumulates throughout the day, including beta-amyloid protein, directly associated with Alzheimer's. Chronic poor sleep prevents this brain cleaning from happening properly. Over time, these toxins accumulate and impair memory, reasoning, and emotional stability. Research shows that adults who sleep less than 6 hours per night over extended periods experience greater brain shrinkage, loss of gray matter, and an increased risk of cognitive decline. Having good sleep hygiene is essential. Turn off screens at least 1 hour before bedtime. Keep your environment dark and quiet. Avoid heavy meals at night, and try to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. Creating a sleep routine sends signals to the body that it's time to relax. Sleeping well is much more than rest. It is when the brain repairs itself, organizes, and strengthens. Investing in sleep is investing in your clarity, energy, and memory. Daily mental challenges, the gym for the mind. The brain, just like muscles, needs to be constantly challenged to stay active. When you learn something new, solve a puzzle, or engage in a strategy game, you stimulate different areas of the brain and strengthen neural connections. Activities like learning a new language, playing a musical instrument, doing crosswords, Sudoku, or even cooking a new recipe help exercise memory, attention, and creativity. Researchers at the Mayo Clinic found that people who regularly engage in cognitively challenging activities have a lower risk of developing diseases like Alzheimer's, in addition to maintaining greater reasoning ability as the years go by. The key lies in variety and moderate difficulty. Doing the same type of challenge repeatedly can become automatic for the brain. That's why it's important to switch things up, vary your activities, and try new things. The more your brain sweats, the stronger it becomes. Adopting this habit is like setting up an invisible gym inside your mind. And the results show in faster thinking, fewer memory lapses, and a mind that adapts more easily to life's changes. Excessive sugar, the sweet and silent enemy. Sugar is tasty, comforting, but it can be a slow and silent poison for the brain, especially as we age. When consumed in excess, sugar causes chronic inflammation in the body, including in the central nervous system. It impairs insulin sensitivity in the brain, disrupts communication between neurons, and contributes to the formation of beta-amyloid plaques, the same ones associated with Alzheimer's. Even worse, daily consumption of sweetened juices, soft drinks, white bread, cookies, refined rice, and processed sweets increases the risk of type 2 diabetes, a condition that is now often referred to by many researchers as type 3 Alzheimer's due to its strong link to cognitive deterioration. Reducing sugar does not mean giving up pleasure. It means choosing conscious pleasure with more balance. Prefer whole foods, fruits with a low glycemic index, natural sweets, and homemade desserts without refined sugar. When you take care of your diet, you calm your brain, reduce inflammation, and keep your memory alive. Social connections, the natural antidepressant. It is no coincidence that human beings are social creatures. Talking, interacting, sharing emotions are behaviors that activate several areas of the brain, from language to empathy, and help preserve memory and logical reasoning. Studies, such as the famous Harvard Adult Development Study, have shown that the quality of human relationships is among the most important factors for well-being and brain health in old age. People who feel lonely have a higher propensity for depression and early cognitive decline. Furthermore, social interactions reduce stress, increase self-esteem, and provide emotional support in difficult moments, all of which have a positive impact on mental health. It doesn't need to be a crowd. One good friend, an honest conversation, a reading group, an afternoon with the grandchildren. Every positive interaction is brain stimulation. One phone call a day, a walk with company, a shared cup of coffee can do more for your memory than you can imagine. Healthy fats, the neuron's fuel. The brain is largely made up of fat, and it needs fat to function well, but not just any fat. Healthy fats, like those found in avocados, nuts, seeds, olive oil, and omega-3 rich fish, are essential to keep neuronal membranes flexible and efficient in communication. These fats also act as natural anti-inflammatories, protecting the brain against silent degenerative processes that over the years can turn into cognitive diseases. Studies show that diets rich in omega-3s are associated with better performance in memory, reasoning, and attention tests. On the other hand, trans fats, frequent fried foods, and ultra-processed foods do the opposite. They harm brain plasticity and increase the risk of inflammation. The tip includes seeds, nuts, extra virgin olive oil, and, if it fits your dietary habits, fish like sardines, tuna, and salmon. Use them as daily allies. What you eat either nourishes or inflames your brain, and that makes all the difference. Moderate sun exposure, the memory vitamin. Vitamin D is known for strengthening bones, but its role in the brain is equally vital. It protects neurons, regulates mood, and helps prevent inflammatory processes linked to dementia. The main source of vitamin D is the sun. Just 15 to 20 minutes of daily sun exposure on the arms and legs during safe hours, before 10 a.m. or after 4 p.m., is enough to stimulate the production of this essential vitamin. Vitamin D deficiency is linked to increased depression, mental fatigue, and the risk of cognitive decline. The problem is that over time, the skin's ability to absorb sunlight decreases, and many older adults avoid the sun for fear of skin diseases, which only worsens the issue. If regular sun exposure is not possible, talk to a healthcare professional about supplementation. Maintaining optimal vitamin D levels is a quiet and effective way to care for your memory and mental vitality. Do you realize how small daily actions can have a profound impact? Alzheimer's does not have to be an inevitable destination. It can be prevented, delayed, and even fought through conscious, consistent choices based on caring for what we think, feel, and do every day. Your brain is like a garden, and every habit, every healthy choice is a seed you plant today to harvest clarity, energy, and independence in the future. Of course, there is no magic formula, but there is a path, and that path begins in the details. In a light walk, in a conversation with a friend, in a colorful and balanced plate, in a peaceful night of sleep, in a moment of morning sun, in the mental challenge you set out to overcome. If you have come this far, it's because you care about your health or the health of someone you deeply love, and that, by itself, already shows courage and wisdom. You are not running from reality. You are preparing to face it with more clarity. We see autonomy, memory. These are not just biological functions. They are part of your freedom, of your identity, of your story. Do not give them up without a fight. Do not wait for forgetfulness to knock at your door to start taking care of your mind. Do not wait for the signs to worsen before taking action. Prevention doesn't require major sacrifices, only intention, attention, and self-love. Start today. Start small, but start. Change one habit. Choose better what goes on your plate. Prioritize a good night's sleep. Go out for a walk. Read something new. Call someone dear. Every gesture counts. Every choice is a vote for your cognitive longevity. If you would like to see more tips like this, subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell. Share this video with someone you love and who also deserves to grow old with health and autonomy. Share this content with someone you love. Sometimes a simple piece of information can transform someone's life. Thank you for watching. And remember, it is never too late to protect your memory and walk with more clarity, strength, and purpose every day. The best of your mind may still be ahead,